In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this large size crochet heart. This large crochet heart is one of the crochet hearts that I made for the playlist of different crochet heart sizes. We started off with the tiny heart, the very small, the small heart, the medium size, and now this is the large size heart. And then also in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do one more round to increase this to an extra large size. So the large size heart has 4 rounds, and we'll have a 5th round if you want to make the heart even bigger, to make it an extra large size crochet heart. Okay, so far I showed you how to make the tiny heart. We did a very small heart, small size, and medium. So let's go ahead and get started on how to make the large size crochet heart. And for the large crochet heart, we are going to start off with a magic ring. And I'm going to use a size J or 10 6mm crochet hook to make the heart today. And I'm going to use a 4-ply worsted weight acrylic yarn. And this one is also a Red Heart Super Saver yarn. And I'm going to use the color red to make the large size crochet heart. In the previous tutorials, I did show you how to make it in pink. So I thought we'd go ahead and do it in a different color for the large heart today. Alright, so we're going to start off with a magic ring. And I'm just going to go ahead and... Okay, so I now have my magic ring. To begin, we're going to do round 1. Round 1 is going to be the same as the crochet heart for the small size and the medium. So it's the same first round. So to begin, we're going to chain 2. We're not counting the chain 2 as a stitch, so we want to go ahead and do 12 double crochets into the center of the magic ring. Okay, so I have my 12 double crochets now. I'm going to pull the tail of the magic circle to close up that center circle as small as we can. So now what we want to do is, we're not counting the first chain 2 as a stitch, so we're not going to do our slip stitch into that top chain there. We're going to insert our hook into the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch, and that completes round 1. Okay, so for round 2, we're going to start off with a chain 2, and we're not going to count the chain 2 as a stitch, so we're going to go ahead and do 2 double crochets right back into that very first stitch. So right there is the first stitch. So I have the chain 2, and I did 2 double crochets right into that first stitch, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets into every single stitch around for round 2. So when you are done with round 2, you will have 24 double crochets plus that chain 2 that we did when we began this round, and we're not counting the chain 2, so you want to have the 24 double crochets as well as that chain 2. It's 23 and 24. Okay, so I have my 24 double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and join with the slip stitch. Now, the chain 2 that we did when we first started this round 2, we're not counting that as a stitch, so we're not going to do our slip stitch into that top chain. We're going to insert our hook into that very first double crochet and then join with the slip stitch. So that completes round 2. The next part of this large size heart is going to be the 3rd round, which is going to be exactly the same as the heart that we did for the medium size. So the first 3 rounds for the medium size heart is exactly the same for the first 3 rounds of the large size heart. So basically the pattern does not change until we get to the 4th round when you do your large size heart. So okay, so to begin round 3, we're going to chain 2. We're going to do 1/2 double crochet into that first stitch, right there, the same first stitch, and then 1 double crochet, and then chain 1, and then do a double crochet right back into the very same stitch, and then do a 1/2 double crochet right into that first stitch. So this first stitch, you started with a chain 2, and you do 4 stitches into that same stitch. There was a 1/2 double crochet, a double crochet, a chain 1, double crochet, and 1/2 double crochet. So all 4 of those stitches were all into that first stitch, and that is going to be the point of the heart, which is right there. And then the next 2 stitches will have 1 half double crochet each. The next 3 stitches will have 1 single crochet each. In the next stitch you'll do 1 half double crochet. The next stitch will have 1 double crochet. And then the next stitch you're going to do 2 stitches into that same stitch. It's going to be 1 double crochet and 1 treble crochet. These 2 stitches are going to have 2 stitches each. They will have 2 treble crochets into each stitch. So this one is going to have a treble. And then you'll do a second treble crochet into that same stitch. The next stitch will also have 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. The next stitch is going to have 1 treble crochet and 1 double crochet. So this stitch also has 2 stitches, 1 treble and 1 double crochet into that same stitch. This next stitch will have 1 double crochet. And then you're going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch. So now you can see we have the first half of our heart, which will look the same as this one right here. And now we're going to start the other side of our heart. And then you're going to start off with a chain 1, and then this next stitch you'll do 1 double crochet. And then the next stitch is going to have 2 stitches. It's going to be 1 double crochet and 1 treble crochet. So you wrap the yarn 2 times and then insert your hook into the stitch. So now that's the treble crochet. So in that stitch we had 2 stitches, 1 double and 1 treble crochet. Okay, the next 2 stitches are going to have 2 treble crochets each. That's my first treble crochet, and then I'm going to do a second treble crochet into that same stitch. The next stitch also has 2 treble crochets. Then the very next stitch you're going to do 1 treble crochet and 1 double crochet into that same stitch. So this one has 2 stitches, 1 treble and 1 double crochet. Next stitch will have 1 double crochet, and then the next stitch will have 1 half double crochet, and then the next 2 stitches you're going to do 1 single crochet, and then the next stitch will have 1 single crochet and 1 half double crochet into the same stitch. And then you're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of that chain 2 that you did when you began the round. Okay, so we're done with our round 3. We're ready to begin round 4. So this is where it starts to become different. So the first 3 rounds for the large heart is exactly the same as the first 3 rounds for the medium-sized heart. So now we're going to do round 4. We're going to start off with a chain 2, and then we're going to do a half double crochet right back into that same stitch where we just did the slip stitch. Then the next 2 stitches will have 1 half double crochet each. Okay, and then now we are here at the point of the heart, and in the previous round we did a half double crochet, a double crochet and a chain 1, then a double crochet and a half double crochet. We're going to work into that chain 1 between the 2 double crochets where the point of the heart is from the previous round there. So into that chain 1 space we're going to do a double crochet, then a treble crochet, which is wrapping the yarn 2 times, then insert it into that same chain 1 space that we just did the double crochet, and then do another double crochet into that same stitch, which is that chain 1 space. That's what we're working into. That's the point of our heart right there. We're going to do 1 half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Now you want to make sure that you pull that stitch over because you don't want to miss that 1 stitch right there that's right next to those 3 stitches. it kind of covers it, so you might miss it. So you do want to include that one. So we're going to do 1 half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Into the next stitch, we're going to do 2 stitches. You're going to do 1 half double crochet and 1 double crochet into the same stitch. The next 4 stitches will have 1 double crochet each. Okay, so the last 4 stitches, 1 double crochet each. The next stitch will have 2 stitches, and it will be 1 double crochet and 1 treble crochet into that same stitch. Okay, so that last stitch had 2 stitches, 1 double crochet, 1 treble crochet. Into the next 3 stitches, we're going to do 1 treble crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, it's my second stitch, and third one. So we just did 1 treble crochet into the last 3 stitches. And then the next 3 stitches will have 2 treble crochets into each stitch. So this one will have 2 treble crochets. This is my first one, second treble crochet into the same stitch. The next 2 stitches will also have 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. Okay, so just to recap, the last 3 stitches, we did 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. This next stitch here will have 2 stitches. It will be 1 treble crochet and 1 double crochet. The next stitch will have 1 half double crochet. The next stitch here will have 1 single crochet, and then you'll do a slip stitch into the next stitch. And there's the 1 half of our heart for round 4. So let's go ahead and work on the other side now. So now we're going to chain 1 and then do a single crochet into the next stitch. And then the next stitch will have 1 half double crochet. The next stitch will have 2 stitches. It'll have 1 double crochet and 1 treble crochet into the same stitch. The next 3 stitches will have 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. Okay, so I did 2 treble crochets into the same stitch, and we're going to repeat that 2 more times. Okay, so the last 3 stitches, we did 2 treble crochets in each stitch. The next 3 stitches will have 1 treble crochet each. Okay, so the last 3 stitches, we did 1 treble crochet in each one. This next stitch is going to have a treble crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch. So that stitch had 1 treble crochet and 1 double crochet into the same stitch. The next 4 stitches will have 1 double crochet each. And then join with a slip stitch to the top of that half double crochet. Okay, I've completed our large size crochet heart. It only took 4 rounds to complete, and you can see the first 3 rounds were exactly the same as the medium size heart. So you can see by adding the 4th round we get the large heart. So the large heart builds off of the medium heart, and then the extra large heart we're going to add an additional round, so it's going to build off of the large heart by just adding 1 more round. So to show that 5th round, to increase it to an extra large, I'm going to do that with a white yarn so it can kind of stand out and you can see the difference. Okay, so if you want to do the 5th round for the larger size heart, what you would do is rather than fasten off, you would just continue working around for the 5th round, and you could continue with the red yarn. But I'm going to show you with the white yarn so it will really stand out. So what I would do at this point is if I wanted to change the color for the 5th round, I'm going to go ahead and add the white. So I'm going to chain 3. We have our chain 3, so we're going to add the 5th round if you want the extra large size heart, if you want to add a 5th round to make your heart even bigger. So I have my chain 3 here where we just ended the large heart. So in the next 3 stitches we're going to do 1 double crochet each. Okay, so we have started with the chain 3, and then the next 3 stitches we did 1 double crochet in each stitch. The next stitch we're going to do 2 double crochets into the same stitch, and then chain 1, and then you're going to do 2 double crochets into the next stitch, and that's the point of your heart right there. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next 9 stitches. Into the next stitch we're going to do 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Okay, the next stitch will have 2 stitches. You're going to have 1 double crochet and 1 treble crochet into the same stitch. Into the next 3 stitches we're going to do 1 treble crochet each. So that's where you wrap the yarn 2 times before you insert it in the hook. So here's a treble crochet. Okay, so the last 3 stitches had just 1 treble crochet each. Then into the next 4 stitches we're going to do 2 treble crochets into each stitch. Okay, so the last 4 stitches I did 2 treble crochets each. That's what it looks like so far. And sorry if you can hear my dishwasher in the background. It is not very quiet today. Then we're going to do 1 treble crochet into the next 2 stitches. So just 1 treble crochet into the next 2 stitches. This next stitch right here will have 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. The next stitch is going to have 2 stitches. It's going to have 1 treble crochet and 1 double crochet into the same stitch. This next stitch here will have 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And then the next 2 stitches will have 1 half double crochet in each stitch. And then we're going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch. And then 1 half double crochet into the next stitch. And then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And then the next stitch is going to have 1 double crochet and 1 treble crochet. So this stitch also has 2 stitches, 1 double and 1 treble crochet into the same stitch. Okay, and this is what it looks like so far. So we're going to work our way around this second half now. Okay, the next stitch is going to have 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. The next 2 stitches will have 1 treble crochet each. The next 4 stitches will have 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. So 2 treble crochets into the next 4 stitches. Okay, so I just did 2 treble crochets into the last 4 stitches. Okay, the next 3 stitches will have 1 treble crochet each. This next stitch will have 2 stitches. It's going to have 1 treble crochet and 1 double crochet into the same stitch. And then this very next stitch will have 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And then you're going to do 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So we just did 1 double crochet in the last 4 stitches, and now we are back here to where we began when we did a chain 3 when we began this round. So we're going to go ahead and join with the slip stitch to the top of that chain 3 that we did when we started round 5. Okay, so we've completed our large size and extra large size crochet heart today. I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial today on how to make the large size heart, which is the part that you see in red. And then we added a 5th round in the white to make it even larger if you wanted an extra large size crochet heart. And I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and like the video. And I want to thank you for watching today. Have a great day.